Alrighty, so we're going to talk a little bit about marketing and management and how we get ready for being successful with PC computers. So a few different things to pay attention to. At the bottom of your screens, actually, you know what? I should unlock your screens so you can follow along with what I'm doing. Here we go. Unlock. Let her rip. Let's do this. Okay. At the bottom of your screens, you will notice that most of you have a very different, if you're not on Windows 11, for sure it'll be different, but all of our tutorial videos are pre-Windows 11. The school just updated to Windows 11 in the last little while, and so we don't have the ability to, these are the first time I've been able to make these tutorials because this is the first time I'm teaching this class using Windows 11 infrastructure. So with Windows 11, obviously our home button is in a completely different spot. It's in the middle here. They decided to copy the guys in the Apple world and put it in the middle. Why not? In your start menu, you will notice that as you use the computer more and more, you will have like various different pinned types of programs. You'll have different recommendations as to previous documents that you've used and stuff. So those may help you out in some areas, but generally you need to understand that when you click on this all button, this brings up a list of all your programs. Now, in the past, Windows 10 or before, someone got the brainwave that, hey, maybe we should just put all the Microsoft programs in the same place. But now, that's not the case. Now they go based on alphabetical order. So by default, Word is at the very bottom, Excel would be somewhere in the middle, et cetera, and then all the Adobe programs, because they all have Adobe before them, are all up at the top. So when we get into using some of the Adobe programs, they're all going to be at the top. Word and stuff is at the bottom. What I would like you to try and do as a nice sort of handy life skill, and it's going to speed you up in future days, is take this little icon that says Word here and drag it into your timeline at the bottom. Now, I can't do it on this monitor because this is my second monitor, but if I could show you my first monitor, you would notice that it's at the bottom and it is nicely sitting there for me. So you should be able to just drag it down, let go, and it will pin that program, a link to that program at the bottom. So you can now open up Microsoft Word fairly quickly from the bottom of your computer. Okay? The other thing that you should notice, hopefully, at the bottom of your Windows browser is also this icon, the File Explorer icon. If you do not have the File Explorer icon, you should also drag that in and set it into your toolbar at the bottom. Okay? Those are the two main areas that you're going to be needing to go on a regular basis. So we're going to jump into our File Explorer, and I'm going to explain a couple things about how that all works. So open up File Explorer. I can see your computers, so please follow along with me so I know that we're all on the same page and getting the same information. I won't call anybody out by name because this video is going to be used hopefully for years to come, but please, you know who you are. Let's focus on what's going on within the classroom. Okay, so open up your file browser. It's going to show you a whole bunch of whatever your last recommendations are, and there's all kinds of different ways for you to set this up. Home is home. It'll get you set up back to this general setup. What I want you to remember, though, is that the side option here that says this PC, whenever you're saving something, whenever you're trying to find something, the best way to start yourself is to click this little section that says this PC. And then that will bring up all your available hard drives and linked drives for you to view. So in the case of what we're doing here, our C drive is not where we want to save our files. Now, can you save to your C drive? Sure. You can make a folder there just as easily as anywhere else. But the problem with saving things to the C drive is that they do not follow you anywhere. In our lovely JP world, we have a server, and in that server is everybody in the school has some space where they can save files. Not everything has to be stored on the cloud. Now, is it nice to store it on the cloud? Sure. Is it easier to use? In some cases, yes, but not in all cases. All that I want you to do, though, is remember that this is kind of the old school cloud. So this F drive will follow you around. So if you logged into a Chromebook someplace, I think you have access to your F drive. If you logged into one of the other computer labs. Say you're in computing science, say you're in design studies, say you take marketing and management 30 or 20 with Miss Fetchner in the future, you will want that F drive to be with you because it will follow you through your high school career until you are out of Jasper Place. Okay? This F drive allows you to save your files and they will constantly be updated with you. If you save to the C drive and you do not also save a copy to your Google Drive, it will get erased at the end of the semester. 100%, the computers get wiped, it's gone. But also in March, if something happened and your computer died, if you've saved all your projects to the C drive, they're gone. Vamuso cannot get them back, never to be seen again. Do not save to the C drive unless you are smart enough and diligent enough to also make a copy to your Google Drive and also make a copy other places. My advice is save to your F drive the first time so you don't have to worry about that. So for anybody who's never made a folder before, go into your F drive. So you simply just do that by double clicking on the F drive. It's going to be the one labeled with your name, same as you log into the computer. So first initial, last name. So in my case, it's D Wright and it's the F drive. I'm going to go into that F drive and it's going to show me all the different folders that I have. I'm actually going to make this one my Block 1 class. I'm going to just rename this one. Block 1. So you're going to make a new folder. So find a spot that's not where other folders are, right? You can't click on something else. If you right click on something, it gives you very different options than if you right click on empty space. You want to right click on an empty space on the screen. You're going to go to new and you're going to go to new folder and you're going to label this as marketing and management. And you can put the block in if you'd like so you know for sure that it's yours. Marketing. Whoops. Okay, so once you've created that folder, Marketing and Management Block 2, you're going to double click on that folder and you should see that it is empty. If it is not empty, you have a problem and there's something crazy going on with your computer. Make sure you have an empty folder to start with. Okay? Inside this folder, I would highly recommend making subfolders. So in this case, you're going to make a new folder that is word processing. Or you just say word pro because I don't want to spell out processing. Okay? Inside that folder, you will now save all your documents. The cool thing about Microsoft being tied with Windows is that you can now right click and you could actually say you want to make a new Microsoft Word document and it would just create the document for you in the background and you'd be able to start the first assignment that way. You can also do it using Google Docs and Sheets and Excel worksheets, etc. I really like the idea of creating it this way. If you know you're going to make a new document, go to the place where you want to save it, right-click, New Microsoft Word document. Okay, it's going to give you the option right away to put a new title on this. So this is assignment number 1, and it is rules poster. Okay, you can do it in all caps. I know the tutorial video originally does it in all caps. You can do it in all caps or you can do it as lowercase. I really don't care. It used to be much more fussy as to how you formatted your names of your files. All you have to remember is do not change what we call the suffix here, after the period. Do not change this name of this file. If I change anything after the period, I will now change what type of file reference it has, and the computer won't know what program to use to open the file. Sometimes it can be changed back. Sometimes it ruins the file and it actually breaks it. So it's not good to play with the stuff after the period. So please be careful. The docx has to stay there. You need that. Okay, once you've got the name in there, I simply have to just double click on it, and now it is smart enough to open Microsoft Word. Okay. here's my program. I'm good to go. It pops up in Microsoft Word, right? No pop-up screens, no starting point, just the actual document. Now, if I wanted to, I could find that by simply going at the bottom. You've got the icon. I can't show you that part, but you go to Microsoft Word. You can open up the program separately from your programs, and then you would be able to find that document by simply going to Open, searching from the Open section to go to this PC, and now you're going to find, let's do Browse, it's easier that way. Go Browse, this PC, we're going to head to our F drive again, into our Marketing and Management Block 2 folder, Word Pro, and then here's our assignment number 1. Okay, so you must know where your files are saving. If you do not know where they're saving, you will get them saved in some random spot, and it may not be your F drive, and then if something happens with your computer, you have no more files. So highly, highly recommend saving to a location that you know where that location is. Okay, secondarily, do not turn on the autosave. As cool of a function as it is, it requires you to save to Microsoft OneDrive, which basically competes in direct competition with Google Drive, and so therefore you don't have your files in Google Drive, you have them stuck in Microsoft OneDrive, and they don't really talk to each other very well, and you're going to get confused. So save them to your F drive, keep it simple, just know where you saved your documents, things should be A-OK, good to go. Okay?